What is going on, guys? B-Man27 here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 tips that you can use to be better in Dropshot. Now, this game just barely came out. I've played a lot of it, but probably not as much as you have. But I have found out a lot of great tips that help out a ton. So basically, if you want to be better at this game mode and help carry your team, then follow all the tips in this video and you should be golden. First one I'm going to be telling you about is use aerial training. There are several custom training things. You can even make your own custom training if you want to. You can go into pro and all-star training, go in there and just practice aerials. It helps a ton because if you're just gonna play on the ground the whole time, you're gonna suck. A lot of this game mode is just boosting up to hit the ball before the people on the ground can. It's just substantially helpful just to go in and warm up before you play games of Dropshot. You wouldn't think this makes that much of a difference, but even if you go through like say pro aerial training once every single day, you're gonna get better. So yeah, that's tip number 1. Go and practice aerials. You'll be much better at going up to hit the ball before the people on ground can, and your team will definitely thank you. So on to tip number 2, play defense. Do your rotations. This is just like any other game mode, just you're scoring into the ground. And your big incentive is to hit into the ground to break panels to score. And when you have large groups of broken panels, it never hurts to have someone stay back and guard those panels. It helps so much with your damage control when you have someone staying back and kind of waiting for the enemy team to hit it onto your side, so then you can just hit it right back over to theirs, instead of chasing behind the ball and helplessly trying to get to the ball, but you just can't because it's too far away. It also helps a lot to have standard rotation, but you can only really do that when you have a team with people you actually know and can communicate with. But if you're on your own, then I mean that's not really gonna help you very much. You can't really do full rotations like you would if you're playing like doubles or triples. And there is a major advantage of pairing the tip I shared with you before and this tip, and that's if you're staying back on defense, kind of like staying about midfield. I mean, that's kind of where you want to be because you don't have to be way far back. But anyways, pairing these 2 skills together, say if their enemy team pops it up towards your field, then you can just aerial up, hit it down, and you actually have a lot more control of where you want to hit it if you know that there's not going to be anyone there to block it. And especially if they're not expecting it, like if they're just trying to hit it over to your side and you come up and hit it over to theirs, it does help a lot. You can kind of aim back behind people or in areas that there's like no way for people to get to, or of course if you have open panels already, try and aim for those so you can score. So this last tip is one I really wanted to share with you, and is kind of the reason I got the idea for this video. But this is how to improve your kickoffs on Dropshot. If you know this trick, it's so much easier just to get super quick up to the ball, and especially since you have full boost on the kickoffs, unlike every other mode, it's super easy just to get to the ball super quickly if you have this trick. So this tip is kind of a variation of the traditional aerial that you do, where you just like boost, double jump, and then tilt your car forward. But there's actually a faster way, and this is what you're gonna do. You'll see it on screen. So instead of double jumping and then tilting up, you'll jump, tilt up, and then jump all while boosting. You don't have to get it perfect. I mean, if you want it super quick and as fast as possible, you have to get it perfect. But for me especially, I kind of suck at it, but I'm good enough to be able to do it efficiently. So I don't do it as fast as you probably could do, but you don't want to do it too quickly because then you'll rush it and you'll backflip instead of jumping straight up. One of the best ways of practicing this is just going into custom training, putting the ball up in the air and try quick jumping up to it and hitting it. One thing you have to remember with this is in between jumps where you're tilting forward, you have to get just the perfect angle so you don't overshoot or undershoot the ball. On the kickoffs especially, you kind of want a flatter, straighter angle at the ball, and then kind of towards the end when you're about to hit the ball, swerve up so then you can hit it. It's just kind of a much easier way to get there faster. Also, some people kind of have trouble hitting the boost button and the jump at the same time, so the hardest way to get rid of that problem is change the X button or whatever your jump button is, or your boost button, it doesn't really matter, to somewhere else to where you can hit both at the same time. But I'd never be able to get used to that, so instead what I do is I have my thumb on the circle and then over the triangle as well. That's just kind of where it naturally sits, kind of like diagonally across all of the buttons so I can hit them all quickly. But as I'm boosting and pushing down on the circle, I move my thumb a little bit over to press down on that X button. It's kind of hard to visualize, but basically you just move your thumb so and it hits down on the X button as well as holding down the circle at the same time, or whatever your boost buttons are. If you play on keyboard and mouse, then obviously that's going to be a lot simpler. So yeah, those are all the tips I have for you today. Hopefully you have more success playing the Dropshot game mode. I really enjoy it. I'm actually kind of good at it. I mean, I'm not that good. Usually I don't really carry my team, but I do well. I'm rarely at the bottom of the leaderboard for my team. But yeah, leave a like if you learned something and this helped you. Comment down any other tips you have for me, and yeah, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Uh...